What's up, guys? Andrew from IGN. I'm with Josh Jeffcoat from Gearbox. We're looking at some of the Easter eggs in TK Bahas' Bloody Harvest.
Yeah, we actually have quite a few hidden things to find here in Halloween. After you defeat the final boss, Jack-o'-lantern, or the Pumpkin Kingpin, whenever you're coming back to TK to turn in the mission, you might notice, whenever you re-enter through the cemetery area, that a fire has started on top of one of the mausoleums, and it'll catch fire right in front of you to kind of draw attention to itself. Well, if you look at the base of that mausoleum, you'll see that there's a big stone pumpkin at the base of that. And that's kind of to give you the idea that maybe this was related to the Pumpkin Kingpin. And if you look at the other mausoleums next to it, they each have a stone icon on them or next to them. That kind of represent other Easter eggs that you can go and find in the level. And as you complete those Easter eggs, the fires on each of these mausoleums here will light, so that you'll know that the game is tracking your progress through the Easter egg hunt here in Halloween. And then at the end of all this, after you find all the Easter eggs in the level, it will actually spawn a super secret mini-boss named Clark the Combustible Crypt Keeper, who will come out of one of these crypts. And it's a brand new fight, a little secret right there at the very end, and you'll get some cool loot from him.
Awesome.
So to start off with, we could probably look at all the mausoleums to look at the little symbols that are here after we clean out some of these guys.
Yeah, geez, they're aggressive.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So this first one is the Pumpkin Kingpin. Every time you come into the map after you kill the Pumpkin Kingpin, that first mausoleum will light. So that'll be the first step in getting all of the Easter eggs completed in the map. The mausoleum just to the left of that, if you'll notice, it has a very large cauldron on it. So we're going to be on the lookout for a cauldron elsewhere in the level. The pumpkin, or the mausoleum next to that one, has a giant cow skull up on the roof. So we're going to be on the lookout for a giant cow skull and see what that's about. And the one to the left of that is going to have a stone television. So there are a couple of secret TVs hidden throughout the level that some of Pandora's people they're watching some interesting shows, we'll say. So probably the quickest one to do initially is the Cauldron, because you can do all that in one place. So if you go up past the church and just past the church on the outside of the cemetery gates on the other side, there'll be a giant cauldron, and there'll be some signs there suggesting that maybe you want to interact with it in some fashion. So here we are at the cauldron. There's a sign behind it that suggests maybe a gun, a shield, and a grenade might produce something useful here. It's kind of gross in here, but maybe you should go drop some items into the cauldron and see what you get. Don't drop your favorite gun, though, because you're not getting it back. Ooh, there's one. Yeah, you are going to need to have a shield and a grenade mod and a gun that you never want to see ever again. But you might get something in return for your efforts. You're gonna have to drop the grenade. You're gonna have to drop the grenade mod you're currently holding, and then you're gonna have to find another one. Now there it goes. It's gone forever. Oosh. And you get a bonus weapon chest.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got your grenade
Hey,
back
that
anyway.
lucked out pretty well. And every time you come back to the level, if you're willing to sacrifice some of your gear, you can always... Basically, it's a chance to get new gear. Okay, so here we are at the top of Lava Bluff Cliffs here. This is where the first of our TV Easter eggs is going to be. It's actually in the basement of the house that you see right here. So we're going to go down here. It's going to get a little darker and a little cold and a little mysterious. But this is just a shout out to one of our favorite Halloween movies, Poltergeist. So you just get a little scene plays, and now you found the first television. Here we're going to go for our second TV Easter egg in Hallowed Hollow. If you actually come up here next to the Church of the Dead, just behind it, you'll actually find a little passageway with a little fire next to it. That kind of leads out behind the cemetery in a little secret area. And back here, we're going to find another TV. And this one is a shout out to another one of our favorite Halloween movies, The Ring. But something's coming out of the well. It's just Claptrap with a bad wig. So that's the second TV. All right, here we're headed to TV Easter egg number 3. It's actually, if you go through the pumpkin patch and then head under this little blood fountain here behind it, you'll find another little passage into the mountains. And back here, you'll start to see a couple little Claptrap figures up in the trees if you look carefully, and a little tent. And I think some of the campers didn't really make it. Let's see what's in the tent. Looks like we have a bandit who was a big fan of the Blair Witch Project. I mean, that's all he does. He's just there telling you how sorry he is. So that was TV Easter egg number 3. Oh, and as you walk through here, the fire will start. And now you've completed the TV Easter egg. So the only one left is the cow skull. And if you look carefully at the church, in the Church of the Dead, you'll notice that there's a giant cow skull on the steeple. So we want to do something with the church, but we're not entirely sure what that's going to be. Now, around the map, hidden in 6 different places, are pumpkins that you can break. But unlike all the rest of the pumpkins that glow green, because they're lootables, and all lootables glow green in Borderlands, these pumpkins glow orange, like you would expect a jack-o'-lantern to. And when you break them, something a little bit different happens. So we're going to go find the 6 secret jack-o'-lanterns that are hidden around the level. All right, the first jack-o'-lantern we're going to get is just past the gate that you had to unlock with Sully's key. If you go through the gate and then hug the rock walls on the right and come around, you'll see a pumpkin here that's glowing orange. So whenever you shoot it, well, let's watch what happens. So we release a little fire soul up into the air, and where it went, we're not really sure. But as we look at the next ones, we're going to try and follow those because they're all going to lead us somewhere. All right, here we're back up in the Lava Bluff houses again. This is actually right next to the Poltergeist TV Easter egg, and it's right on the main path of the level. You'll see another orange pumpkin here right before you cross the bridge, so let's fire that one on. And once again, this is all leading us somewhere. So we have another pumpkin here. It's in the cemetery right next to the church, right up on top of this little rock ledge above, after we deal with the psycho. And this time we'll get a really good look at what these things do. So you can see they're all lighting torches on the church. So we've done 3 on one side of the church. There's going to be 3 on the other side, so we have 6 pumpkins in total. So here we are back at the very start of the Hallowed Hollow level. If you actually look just to the right of the bridge across the gap here is pumpkin number 4, right at the very beginning, and it's going to zoom back off to the church. All right, we're looking for pumpkin number 5. This is right after you leave TK Baja. Whenever you first enter into the cemetery area, if you take a left, and this first little mausoleum that's here on the right side has a little orange pumpkin hiding on top of it. And we can follow that one back. Right back up to the church. All right, we're looking for the very last pumpkin. It's still in the main cemetery area. To the left of the gate that you have to unlock with Sully's key, you'll find the very last pumpkin is hidden up in a tree looking down over you. And that goes back up to the church. here we are walking back to the church. You'll notice the rumble pack in your controller should be going off as soon as you approach it here. And we're going to set that skull on fire up top, and we're going to open the door to the church. So if you had seen that red chest in there through the cracks on the sides, now's your chance to get it.
All right, guys, so that is the end of the Easter egg hunt here in the Borderlands 2 TK Baja DLC. Josh, I appreciate the tour here. And yeah, if you guys head towards the mausoleum, you'll be able to see for yourself what you get for completing this arduous hunt. For all the rest of your Borderlands 2 needs, keep it locked to IGN.